Welcome to the Konglish Talk podcast, a chill talk show brought to you by some States girl and Korean guy living in Korea. My name is Leah.
And I'm Diaz. And today's topic is Tinder in Korea.
Yeah, or dating apps. I actually have never used any other dating apps, only Tinder. But anyway.
Don't forget to follow us and set the alarm. You can find us on the Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Popbang, and YouTube. For me, dating app is really new for me. I mean, we are in the same age, but listen. For me, meeting friends mostly happen on school, or private schools, or workplaces. Well, you guys can meet other friends, like playing Pokemon Go and other games like me, but dating app was really new for me. So, can you briefly announce for that?
Yeah, so I mean, I only really used, and I'm specifically talking about Tinder. I only used Tinder actually when I got to Korea this time. I didn't use it the first time, because the first time I met somebody just in my class, that I dated briefly, but, for this, it was my first time, and I went on because it's Corona, and, now it's better, things are opening back up, but, before, it was kind of hard to meet people, so I just kind of went on to, meet people, whether they be friends or dating. Tinder is kind of has the reputation of only being a hookup app. I feel like that's what a lot of people used it for whenever I was in America. A lot of my friends that were only casually dating, so basically, meeting up with somebody and hooking up. Hooking up in English means having sex and not really seeing each other again, or maybe seeing each other one or two times.
Well, I think it's the problem of my ear, but I thought that you were talking fucking up.
Kind of. Anyway, so that's kind of what it's known for, but I do know a lot of people that went on there for looking for a serious relationship in America. People also use dating apps like Tinder. I know Hinge is one, or not Tinder, I said Tinder. Bumble. I think I used Bumble one time and I hated it. Bumble is basically Tinder, but the girls have to message first. But the problem with Tinder is a problem with a lot of dating apps where you swipe people, because that's what Tinder does, is you swipe left if you don't like them, and you swipe right if you do like them. And so you're looking at their profile pictures, and hopefully they have a bio. Some people don't. And you swipe on them. You can pay for premium features where you can super like people, and it'll show up that they super liked you, so it gets more attention. You can send a message with your super like. So I didn't pay for anything, but I know people do that. But the problem with Tinder is that, especially with some guys, is that there's an unlimited amount of swipes that you can do. So what ends up happening is you end up swiping on all of these people, and if you have a lot of matches, it's really, really hard to actually have conversations with people and get to know people, because the human brain can only take so many people. Even if you're the most social butterfly in the world, even if you like to talk to a lot of people, our brains can only handle 10 people or something like that. It's a lot. So what happens is a lot of people end up not talking to each other, or they only send hi or something vague like that. In English we call it ghosting.
Well, I also read a paper that says that people can have a relationship up to about 100 people at once, which means that when you add more people, you have to delete other people that's unnecessary. So I also know that there's a paper, but I'm not gonna put that paper because this is not a kind of like a seminar or something like that. Well, I'm already fucked up with so many papers, so I'm not gonna read that again too. So okay, so for me, well, in Korean, more than dating apps, since Korean society is more tends to not dating each other lately. I mean, even if they reach in overage, like late 20s or even 30. So, well, if you see the statistics, Korean average marriage will be almost 30, which means that it's really high. Since then, we have like a marriage match map more than like dating app. So, because, well, we don't have time to date. We just have to go for marriage. So they're kind of like an Kayan and Corona Duo, something like that. There are a lot of apps for that, but sadly, you have to put your jobs, you have to put your salary sometimes, you have to put your spec in there, which means that it's kind of like an interviewing yourself to find another marriage person, like getting a job. So it's my personal opinion, but like I hate that kind of app. So anyway, but for dating apps, okay, listen. So I think we can stop heavy speaking about the marriage app here, since our topic is Tinder. Okay, so I'm gonna let you know the first experience about the Tinder.
You had an experience with Tinder?
I mean, you showed me. And I even don't have a Tinder account. Yeah. Don't you know? We went to Emma, the other friends.
Yes.
Place.
This was not me. Like, this was not my Tinder profile. I didn't make one until I came to Korea. Anyways.
Yeah. So, for me, okay, that was really horrible. A lot of people were looking for the FWB, or also known as DTF. They put something like a table about their sadistic or masochistic preference. I was so confused. Okay. Well, the application is 18 plus, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can accept that then, but like, well, they put that and they say that, oh, I can make like an costume playing, or like an bondism, is it?
Yeah, BDSM, where people are into bondage. Oh yeah. Yeah.
In Korean, that's in Korean, where confusion is everywhere. Okay, that was really shocking moment for me. And I heard that you had something like that too these days.
These days, not for like over 6 months. So whenever I was on Tinder, so I was very picky when I went on Tinder, because I know that there are people who are only on there to hook up, and that's fine. I think that if you are honest and in your profile you say, I'm just looking for FWB, which is friends with benefits, or I'm only looking to hook up like 1 or 2 times, that's fine. I actually really like that, because then I can swipe left. Because left is bad. Yeah. Or left means no. So I actually really appreciated people that would say that. So I didn't get that many weird people, luckily, because I was pretty picky. I wanted them to have, actually have something in their bio, because some people, oh my god, I can't tell you how many Korean guys would just put their height in centimeters as their bio. Like, their bio was literally 180 centimeters or 190 centimeters. And I'm like, congratulations. Like, that's the only thing you have to say about yourself. It was so weird. I was like, I mean, I understand why someone would want to put their height, because you're not meeting them in person, but when it's the only thing you put in there, I think it's really weird. But I only met up with 2. The guy I'm currently dating and a guy from before. Now, listen, Korea's a safe country. I will admit it's safer than America, but shit can still happen. Meet them in a public place. Please do not, let them walk you to where you live or something like that. Meet them out a few times. Please don't get drunk with them either. Anyway, just be safe. That's all I'm saying, because stalking is a problem in Korea. So it happens a lot to Korean women, but especially if you're a foreign woman. I mean, it's really hard as a foreigner to get proper help with police and stuff like that because of language barriers and different things like that. It is possible, but it is really challenging. So just really, really be careful, especially if you're a foreigner woman.
But as I say, there's some kind of weird things in Korean Tinder. Yeah, there are a lot of nice guys and nice girls in Tinder too.
Yes.
So don't feel too bad about that. You're welcome, Tinder. And
yeah, just be honest in your profile with what you want. Just say, I'm for a relationship or something like that. And like I said, the person that I've been in a relationship with right now, I met on Tinder. I actually heard that there's another popular Korean dating app. I didn't use it, but it's called Amanda. But it's in like complete Korean. So unless you're a foreigner that speaks fluent Korean, I don't think that you could probably use it. Another thing is a lot of foreigners say not to use Tinder because you might meet some people who like fetishize you for being a foreigner. And that happens anywhere. That happens anywhere you live. But I heard it's especially common on Tinder because especially if you don't really speak Korean, I heard that if you speak Korean pretty well, like intermediate to higher, if you go on the mostly Korean dating apps like Amanda or something like that, you're treated more seriously. The one issue that I had when I was on Tinder is I met up with one person with one person before the guy I'm with now, and when I met up with him, he was really adamant that he told me like I want to get married pretty soon. I think he was like 27 in international age, so he was around 29 in Korea. So that's around the time people are thinking about getting married. So he was like, I really want to get married soon and all of these things, and I was like, oh well,
that's
I'm like,
too soon.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty soon. But he didn't mean with me, because I asked him about what he thought about dating a foreigner, and there are, by the way, people on Tinder just looking for language people as well, or to like practice their English, which is fine. I mean, do what you do. But anyway, so I said, what about, dating a foreigner? What do you think about that? And he was like, honestly, I really want to get married, and I don't think that it would work with a foreigner getting married. I think our culture difference is too big, which I respect that. I mean, it is what it is. Some people don't want to, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I would watch out for that too. There are some people on there you might be interested in dating, but they're only interested in either hooking up with you and not taking you as like a potential serious girlfriend, or they're only looking for a kind of language friend.
So you can use Tinder through that very usefully to improve your language or like getting more relationship with others, or you can have sex with that app. Okay, so this is all for today, and we're gonna see you on next week. Woo!